Welcome back to the channel. My name's Dec Johnson. I'm in the beginning stages of my videography and video editing journey. I'm in what you call the experimental stage, so I'm learning pretty much as I can and then sharing it so I can, hopefully help others, but it's also a great way for me to be more creative. So in today's video, I'm going to demonstrate in After Effects how to make the text effect come out of anything. The reason I'm making this video, I've had a couple of people, not thousands, I don't have millions of subscribers, but a couple of people have asked me how exactly I'd done it with the effect with my body going into it, which makes it seem more realistic in the video. So I'm going to show you how to do that now. So you're going to want to open up After Effects. This is the clip that I'm using. It's going to be a different one, so it's completely new, completely fresh. We're going to see if we're going to run into any problems, but in the other one, it just happens straight away. So we're actually going to use the rotor brush tool. So first thing we're going to do is actually drag our clip into the composition. So what I want with this video, I want the text to come out of those hills, so it looks like it's coming out of the clouds, and then I want my body to also be over that text, so it looks as though the text is actually inside the video. So I'm just going to cut that there, drag it down, so After Effects hasn't got to do too much work for me. And then same again with the beginning, just drag it and then drop it there. So the first thing we're going to want to do is duplicate this clip. So we press Ctrl D on the clip. There we go. So we've duplicated the clip. So what we're going to use now is the rotor brush tool. So you'll see it's like a little stick man with like a paintbrush. You just hold that and then go to rotor brush tool. Now what we want to do is double click, and then it will give us this sort of like a cross in a circle. So we're going to highlight the area where we want to be masked. So that should pick it up straight away. There we go, so we've got it. So now what we want to do is press spacebar. So we're actually going to wait for this to render through. So I'm going to speed up the process. So now we're getting close to where I walk in to the shot, and we're going to see whether the rotor brush tool actually picks up my body outline to then continue masking me coming into the clip. Now when I first done the other edit, it actually picked it up straight away and I didn't need to adjust anything, so we'll see what happens here. Doesn't look like it has. No, but we'll let it run through anyway, and then we'll make the adjustments once it's completely gone through. So we've dragged it back to where I actually walk in. So we're probably going to want it about there. Now you just continue and then make the adjustment and add. So now that should be my whole body outline. So we're going to press spacebar to then play that through. Let's continue to mask. So my hand's coming out there. So we're also going to want that part in so it looks as though it is completely in the shot. Spacebar again. It's because the arm's swinging, that's why it's probably not picking it up as well. Like I said, it depends on when the text comes out, on how accurate it has to be. So we'll continue walking through there. Boom, so I'm happy with that. We're going to add the text in now and see how it looks when we put the text in, coming over that hill, and then me walking actually over the text, so it looks like the text is actually in the video. So now that should be fully rotor brush, that should be masked around on the top layer as we can see here. So what we want to do now is add in the text. So if you come up to the text toolbar, type in the text that you want. So After Effects, and then if we move that to where we want to position it, but we actually want this text to come out and scale up from the bottom and come out of the hills. So what we actually want to do is drag the clip down, make sure that your time ruler is set to the beginning. So now what we want to do is add in a keyframe of the position of the text. So we go to text, open the little tab, and then press P. And then come to where the text is, mark in your keyframe for the beginning position, and then I would say somewhere there. Drag that text up, and then it's going to mark in, make sure that the keyframe is put there, say around there. So we can see that it will be at the bottom. Just need to probably drag that down just a tad. And then it comes up out of the clouds. But how do we make it sit behind that hill that we've already masked out? So you remember we've obviously masked and roto brushed the second layer here. So we want to click and hold the After Effects, and then we want to drag it in between those two clips. So now what should happen is when we actually play this back and take it back, there we go. Ooh, that was good. Okay, I don't actually know what's happened there. Must have missed a mask point at some point. See, mistakes happen. It's a fiddly job to do this, but you understand the idea in getting it on mask. Probably what's happened there is it's picked up that line there. So what we can actually do is go back into the mask selection and see where it's actually, what it's masked incorrectly. So there we can see that the line has been picked up. So like I said, the darker areas and the contrast areas are what this tool picks up. So now that should be, I'm sure there might be an easier way to actually keep that there, but I don't know it yet. So hopefully I do find out. It just seems like one frame is just edging out. So if we go back into composition, and there we can see, and then let it render through. So here we have it, here's the clip. Let's see how it turned out after it's rendered and see how it looks. So we have the text coming up out of the hills, then we have me walking into the shot, so you can see, ooh, so there was a slight mask of the after when my hand swiped past it, but I'll just go back in, roto brush that, and then that will then mask it out so it's going over it smoothly. But to watch it again, see it's a slight, but you guys are going to spend way more time on it than what I've done. There you can see, that's how you do the full, make the text come out of anything, get creative with this. I mean, it's something that I'm using quite often, to be honest. I think it adds a bit more depth to the video. I love using this effect, and yeah, it's just an all-round great one with learning, especially for beginners, and it really gets you used to the program as well, learning different things, how you can really manipulate these layers and creating videos. So if you do want to learn more and you did find this one useful, then don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I post stuff like this weekly. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you.